Sponsored by Shushti Gardens, your paradise home in Ahmedabad.
Guitar! From London, you're watching Eurospice!
G'day and welcome to another programme of Eurospice, and today we're coming to you from the south of England. We're in London and I'm here at a barbecue and I've been playing games young at heart with the kids, and also this evening we have a special surprise for all you Bhangra fans because we're visiting a nightclub. Our topics today, we're going to be discussing the changes that you would like to see in the young Asians of today and in the older Asians of today. And later on at the nightclub we're discussing the music industry and how British musicians are being ripped off. But without further ado, let's have a look at London, let's have a look at Ahmedabad and all the more clips we've got coming to you from India. Let's go! Hello there.
Hello.
You're one of the organisers of today, aren't you?
Yes. We are doing this jointly with Lions Club of Hendon.
Right.
And we are Lions Club of Stanmore.
And what is all this in aid of today?
Well, this is our only social event where we get all the members, their families and friends together and have a fun day. But other than that, we are a service organisation and we help the community where the need arises.
Right. Now you've got a lot of people here today, young generation and old generation.
That's right,
and something that we're discussing on Eurospice today is the changes that need to be made in the, perhaps as an older generation person, no disrespect, how you would change the younger generation, and also from the younger generation's point of view, how you would change the older generation.
Well, I think there's a need for more communication between the older generation, the younger generation. As you can see today, we've had grandparents, we've had parents, we've had children of all ages, and they've all had a wonderful time. And I think we need more functions, more programs that involve the children and more communication with all of them, and that'll change everybody's outlook.
Hello.
No, Parag, don't do this.
Just a quick question, right? Are you old generation or young generation Asian?
I think I'm the mixture because I got a young generation and an old generation.
So you're confused?
I'm confused. Yeah.
Okay, if you had to change something about older generation or younger generation, what would you change?
I think both of them has to come together to do something.
So
Otherwise
what do you
they
think?
won't. Yeah.
More communication?
More communication.
You're not young generation, are you?
I'm halfway.
Halfway there. You're.
I still don't get along with the older generation.
Okay, this is your son, right?
That's my son.
Okay. Do you think the young generation of today are fine?
Yeah, they are okay if we bring them up properly.
Are you bringing him up properly?
I think so.
How are you doing that?
By giving him the right guidance, by meeting up to his expectations.
Okay. How do you get on with the older generation of today?
Not very well.
Why? Why?
Because there's a lot of generation gap. They dominate you and we can't follow up to their ways.
I think basically they just need to become a bit more modernised. I mean, after all, they've come from India and they're living in a Western country now, so they do need to adjust. And I'm not saying take all the bad Western attitudes, but just to be a little bit more lenient and to understand they're bringing their children up in this country, so their children are having to make adjustments and live like English people and also Indian people as well.
What they say is right anyway, so if they are strict, they're looking out for us.
The parents are always right in the end, as they say, and it's true with our families anyway.
Okay, lovely. Hello there. If you had to change something about the older generation Asians of today, what would you change?
What would I change? I think this whole social get-together type thing. But nothing really, because I mean, if I go by my mum, she's really cool, so I wouldn't really change anything.
I wouldn't change anything about the old people because I love them. I love old songs and old movies, and I'm old-fashioned. I'm an old-fashioned young girl.
Do you think our older generations are perfectly okay as they are?
Definitely cultural.
Because good mother, that's
Yeah, it's my mum.
Okay, Mom, tell us.
She's more modern than me.
I would say most of the Asian young children, I would say 80 to 90%. They're very good and they understand our culture and everything, and they are really too good and they're doing a good job.
Okay.
Teach them more respect.
Why? Don't you think they're respectful now?
They are, but there are a lot of them who wear different clothes and they dress up, and you know, it's nice to have a little bit of your own culture.
Okay, I'm his brother, let me come into it.
Yeah.
He's a bit old-fashioned there. No, they can wear the right clothes and that. They can do what they want, but I think generally what they should do is look after their parents and respect their elders, and you know, cut out the 15, 14-year-old smoking that I've seen,
right,
and cut out the drugs and drink and all that. Yeah.
The children can go in a different direction, so the parents must sort of give them some idea about our culture and our values, and how to maintain it.
Right.
And without that, I think we will be lost, you know, in this world.
The elder of that community, they must involve the younger generation. Otherwise, there is no way out. Otherwise, they will go astray. So, involvement is very necessary.
Do you think the young generation is going astray now? Do you think they're losing themselves?
No, the majority of the elderly people of our community, they are very sensible people. So, they have this in mind, and they are trying to involve them in every way possible.
I would rather change, I would expose them to our culture more often.
You think they're not cultured already?
No, because they are more into the Western world, because they haven't been to India. They haven't been to, they have got the concept that India is poor, India is something, because they haven't been there. So if we organize something for like, take a group from here, like you got this organization.
We went to India, Eurospice has been to India, and we're showing the young Asians what India's about.
Right. If you do that again and again, more people will go and they'll come back, they'll have a bigger horizon about India. India is wonderful, but they don't know about it.
Right.
So if you can give that, what you have started now, you know, it's wonderful.
I don't believe that you got to be good with this culture or that culture. Wherever you are, you got to adapt yourself in the country, and you got to be the best at that game that you're playing. That's it.
Do you think we're winning?
I think we will. It all depends, because basically we come from a less literate field. Indians are not as literate because the British have probably got Oxford University and Cambridge universities for the last.
We've got IIM in Ahmedabad.
Yeah, we have, but okay. I mean, we've got. Look at the population we have. I mean, what is the percentage of the people that are actually educated and non-educated? You got to basically expose extra percentage of youngsters towards education and basically give them the tools to fight.
Children are exposed to Western culture as well, so we should provide more opportunity like this function you had arranged here today, where a lot of children got together and they were seeing each other, playing with each other, even elders were enjoying with each other. So I think that sort of thing we should arrange more often.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, there you have it. It seems that the one thing that the older generation needs to change about the youngsters is culture. They want to teach them respect, teach them identity. And the youngsters, they're quite happy with their parents as they are. So there we have it. Let's move on.
Keep watching Eurospice! Yeah!
Sponsored by Shushti Gardens, your paradise home in Ahmedabad.
From Ahmedabad, you are watching Eurospice.
Okay, well, we're in Srishti Gardens in Ahmedabad, and I think I'm going to talk to some of the residents and some of the people living here. Hi, how long have you been living in Ahmedabad?
Yeah,
How long have you been here?
since I was born,
अच्छा, अहमदाबाद में आपको क्या चीज़ें अच्छी लगती हैं?
everything, the Srishti Garden, my residence, my area.
अच्छा, why should somebody come to Ahmedabad in India and not somewhere else?
This is a beautiful place to visit.
Are there lots of places to eat here?
Yeah, people keep on roaming around at night and they don't like having food at home actually. They just peek out at night and enjoy themselves outside.
What sort of food can you find here? Just
Find all types of food, Chinese, continental, then fast food, Italian, all sorts. You can see people standing on the bakeries and stuff and eating, enjoying themselves. They don't care about the surroundings.
what sort of food do you like?
I prefer fast food or something.
Right, okay. अच्छा, यहाँ पे सेफ है वैसे अहमदाबाद में?
हाँ सेफ है,
लेडीज के लिए भी?
लेडीज के लिए भी सेफ।
अच्छा, यहाँ क्राइम वगैरह
ज़्यादा नहीं है लेकिन थोड़ा सा, इतना ज़्यादा नहीं है।
हाँ, और यहाँ पे लेडीज भी क्या ज़्यादा हाउसवाइफ ही हैं या?
नहीं, मिक्स कॉस्मोपॉलिटन।
अच्छा, कैसे करियर्स में?
See, many people, they work, they do service, even South Indians, North Indians, they always take transfers to Ahmedabad and settle because of the safer side.
Right.
Prohibition is there, that is one of the most important advantage of Ahmedabad city.
And what is transport like in Ahmedabad?
Everything is possible. We have good cars, good transportation.
Right. Is it very polluted? I know that like Delhi and Bombay are very, very polluted. What about?
No, not at all.
Yeah, nice and clean.
Yeah, nice and
Fresh air.
fresh air. You can see over here.
Yeah. Do you get many people coming from outside Ahmedabad into Ahmedabad to study?
Yeah, they are coming. Especially IIM is very famous over here.
What does IIM stand for?
Indian Institute of Management.
Right.
Yeah, and actually there you can see a lot of foreign students coming out of.
Foreign students from outside India coming to India to study into Gujarat.
It's one of the beautiful.
And they're actually coming into Ahmedabad.
Yeah, they are coming to Ahmedabad.
Have you ever been outside India?
Yeah.
Where have you been?
I've been to London, then I've been to South Africa, Dubai.
How do you compare them to Ahmedabad?
They are good for some time actually, not for always, it's for staying wise. You can enjoy yourself for 1 week.
I stay in London.
I stayed in London for 2 months, but I've been in Ahmedabad. I'm 17 years.
Homely atmosphere here.
Yeah, but I'm from London. I love London. I love London, Shubha. Don't you love London? We love London.
Once you start staying here, you'll enjoy the city.
You've not really enjoyed all this life. It's very secure, and we got our parents with us, and it's just fun.
Yeah, I got my parents with me in London. What's wrong with London?
Not generally. You're very busy out there. We can spend time out here with us. We can sit there.
Very busy life, very hard-working life, sort of.
It's too big. London is
that's
big.
enjoyable life. Isn't that enjoyable life, Spielberg?
No. You got to get up at 6:30, go by tube. You reach one place in about 1 hour or something. Then come back home late, tired. You have dinner and go to bed. That's it. That's your life. But here we enjoy because it's a small city, not very big.
Ahmedabad is one beautiful city, one of the safest place, and its culture. And one more thing I wanted to tell you. As far as I too myself belongs to South, but I'm very happy over here, and I'm proud to be an Gujarati and especially Ahmedabadi resident.
as you can see, Gujarat has many a lifestyle to offer, and we just saw the clips of a town called Ayr, which is just outside Ahmedabad.
Alright guys, tell you what, add spice to your life. Keep watching Eurospice.
Hi, this is Shin from DCS, and you're watching Eurospice, and you stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Sadie Sahota from the Sahotas, and you're watching Eurospice. Keep watching.
Well, we've arrived at the nightclub, and there's a lot of noise, and there's a lot of people, lots of boys, lots of girls. And just for all you Bhangra fans, a special surprise, I'm talking to some of the hottest Bhangra bands in the UK today. So, without further ado, let's go in, let's meet some people, and let's talk to some of these faces. Come on, Spielberg, this way.
I still think Bhangra, even though it's been going for the last 10 years or so, there's still a few angles which the Bhangra market needs to head, and I still think we need a few more years. But I mean, there's a lot of good music coming out, but I think the marketing is where we're lacking very badly.
I think it has a lot to do with several different factors. You can't pinpoint it just to one thing. You've got to look at record companies and how they're pushing their bands. You've got to look at the bands and are they offering something different? Are they offering something new? You've got to look at record sales. Are those sales being monitored? Actually, Asian music sells a vast amount. If you take the top 40 in this country, they would get into the top 40. But because you're not recording your sales or keeping a regular chart, you don't know who's up and who's down, and it has a lot to do with that.
I think it's a lack of understanding on behalf of the British music industry, and most of it is based still around the premise that the only people who can make music are either black or white. They don't seem to appreciate there are Asian rockers, there are Asian reggae groups, there are Asian soul groups as well.
The public side on this side doesn't really push the youngsters. Now we are the youngsters of today in Birmingham, in Britain. Now the youngsters in Bombay, they're getting pushed because that is India, this is Britain, and this is England. Now the only people that can push us is our own Asians. Until they don't push us, we can't really make a success. But we are determined now, we will make a success.
Do you think your promoters are doing a good job for you?
Promoters, up to as far as we can say, doing a good job. They help us get certain shows, but even what we need is more promoters from coming abroad and looking at the talent here.
I would say clearly, I think the promoters out there are out there to make money. They don't give two monkeys about the bands. Obviously, I feel I've seen a lot of bands on underground gigs who I think they should be in the charts, they should be recognised in the Bhangra field, but again, they're supporting the ongoing bands who have been in the industry for 10, 15 years.
A lot of the Bhangra promoters are not proper promoters, as we would say. I mean, they're like normal businessmen or what have you. But I think we need to see, when we can see more professional Bhangra promoters, I think then Bhangra will get more bigger, and obviously they don't market Bhangra bands very big. They just always concentrate on their own concert and that's it.
As far as popularity of Bhangra goes, and generally of the Asian music scene at the moment in England, it's still very popular, and it's as kicking today as it was about, what, 5-6 years ago? But don't you think that, like, for example, Bollywood music is taking over about 70% of the UK market sales?
Bollywood will always be popular, right? They always have been popular. Even if you go back 5 or 6 years, they were still popular, right? They've got people like Amitabh Bachchan on the screen, on all the songs, right? People like Shah Rukh and Akshay, right? I mean, I'm good looking, right? But I can't compete with those guys who have crores and crores of pounds in the rupiah to go on one song in a film, right? I mean, we only have a very small budget compared to those people, right? So obviously, you know, in that respect, they take it, right? But having said that, the popularity of British Asian music in India and in Bombay in general is very big, it's very great, right? To the extent that people in the film industry are now copying music that's produced by Bhangra bands in this country, right? They're ripping it off left, right and centre.
There's been a lot of songs being ripped off from the UK Bhangra band, like Sona Sona. I think it's picking up, but I think again it'll be copies of the local bands. But I don't think Bhangra will ever reach India or Pakistan. It's a British institution, and I think it'll stay here.
But the trends that we say here will be copied from a different country, so I mean, like India, like with the pop music, it's all like with the Western influences from English bands and everything. That's what's happening.
So is your music more popular here or is it more popular in India?
I don't think I want to answer that. I'll pass that over.
What do you think?
Oh, sorry. I think it's more popular here. More for people in Japan. They love Bhangra music. It's proved that it's been there and it's gone down well in clubs in a number of countries. So let's look past Britain. Let's look at other countries' worldwide market. Let's give Bhangra to the world people, not just keep it in our backyard of Britain. Let's give it to, India as well.
Give it to everyone, each and everyone in the world, yeah.
India, such a big market. Why are Hindi films picking up Bhangra tracks? There must be something there.
As far as Bhangra can go in this country, we've got to the peak of it, right? As far as Bhangra can go in America and Canada, we've been there as well, right? We've played everywhere. The market where we have not, Bhangra hasn't hit with the bands from here yet, is India. And that's where we want to go. That is the next step. And that is being sorted out.
Music has no race, color, creed, no language, right? If it's good, then it has universal appeal. And I think Bhangra music has already caught on. And there's nothing more that you can do. Now it's just spreading and spreading. Somewhere in the crowd, I have a young daughter who is 15 years old, who pestered me, and she said to me, "Dad, I want to go to this function tonight." I was already invited by movie magazine by Nirmal Suri, but I come here more so because my daughter wanted to be here. So I am certainly, you can see it runs in the family, but it has universal appeal.
Yeah, we see a lot of Bollywood films and they're taking the British work and then using it in their films. So do you think there's more scope for them perhaps in India?
Well, it depends on what kind of music they produce. If it is in harmony with what the Indian music industry or the film industry requires, then of course I think they've got a bright future there. Yeah.
Okay, well thanks for talking to us. And to all our viewers, there you have it. We've spoken to the artists, we've spoken to promoters, we've spoken to the general public, and the general view is that the Asian music can go very, very far. Bhangra is very, very popular, but it's up to you, it's up to the broadcasters, it's up to the radio stations. So let us know what you think. Write to us at the address at the end of this program.
दो दिल मिल रहे हैं मगर छुप के सबको हो रही है खबर चुप के
अपना पंजाब होवे कर दी शराब होवे मूली नाल गंडा होवे बाण वाला मंजा होवे मंजे उत्ते बैठा जट ओए बड़िया नवाब होवे अपना पंजाब होवे
पहली बार है जान के भी अंजना ऐसा मेरा यार है पहला प्यार है पहली बार है
Viva forever, I'll be waiting, everlasting, like the sun. Live forever, for the moment, ever searching for the one. Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. That is how I know you. Go on.
You can reach me by caravan, cross the desert like an Arab man. I don't care how you get here, just get here if you can.
ਵਿਆਹ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੂੰ ਆਇਆ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ ਆਇਆ ਸੱਜ ਸਜਾ ਕੇ ਵਿਆਹ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੂੰ ਆਇਆ ਸੋਹਣਿਆ ਆਇਆ ਸੱਜ ਸਜਾ ਕੇ ਸੂਟ ਸਵਾਰੀ ਬੂਟ ਸਿਲਕ ਵੇ ਸ਼ੱਟ ਰੇਸ਼ਮੀ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾ ਮੁੰਡਿਆ ਹੋ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾ ਮੁੰਡਿਆ ਲੱਤ ਚ ਲੱਤ ਫਸਾ ਕੇ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾ ਮੁੰਡਿਆ ਲੱਤ ਚ ਲੱਤ ਫਸਾ ਕੇ
How many
छोड़ेंगे छोड़ेंगे कदम मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे तेरी जी तेरी हाथ सुन ये मेरे यार तेरा काम मेरा काम तेरी जान मेरी जान ऐसा अपना प्यार खाना पीना साथ है मरना जीना साथ है सारी जिंदगी ये दोस्ती हम नहीं छोड़ेंगे मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे
किदा
Well, it's been a very long night and the night is still carrying on, but I think I'm getting too old for this. However, I do hope that you enjoyed this programme of Eurospice today with all our special clips from India, all the topics we've been discussing. And I know it was different, but difference is good, change is good. However, remember to tune in next week where we have more clips of India for you. We've got more Bollywood Spice and we're going to have a Spice chat and Spice search. Until then, keep your letters and views coming in. Remember, we want to know what you want to see, what your views and ideas are, and what you think about India. Until then, from Prague, from all the Bhangra bands, from all the people here, to all of you, it's a big Jitban!
Send your letters and comments to Eurospice, Asianet, PO Box 38, Greenford, London, UB6 7SP. Sponsored by Shushti Gardens, your paradise home in Ahmedabad.